Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans.
Yes. And
Yes.
Droopy has now 4 scats and 3 zets. Skeleton rats and zombie rats.
Yes.
And 2 of the skeleton rats I command to form a necklace, like Rob said. They intertwine or lock their tails.
Wait, so how do you get skeleton rats?
Well,
like
I have the dead rats.
Yeah, I mean, you have a dead rat, so it's gonna take a long time to carefully remove enough of the flesh from it to properly make it into a skeleton rat, with also without damaging the very dainty and delicate rat bones.
How many hours do I have?
Buffalo wings, Neal.
So, I mean, if you wanted to like cook the rats and then the chicken rat bones are a lot smaller and more delicate. How do you propose to remove the flesh from the rib cage of the rat without shattering it entirely? I think you will not be able to easily get skeletal rats. You can definitely do zombie rats, no problem. But skeleton rats are going to take a little bit longer of a period of time.
Okay, how much time do I have until
It'll take you probably at least a day. 1 day minimum to get the skeletal rats. Okay,
5 zombie rats then.
There we go.
And they all in the back.
Perfect.
They stay put in the back and they do not make anything. They do not move. They do not make any noise.
All right. You have a bag of dead rats. Undead rats.
Dead rats.
Undead rats.
It's only... Yeah, but it's just a cold with dead rats.
Sure. I think it goes well in line with your character to have a bag of dead rats that you carry around. I don't think anyone will think twice about Droopy carrying around dead rats. So there is a feast that night. The king and princess have brought in, their full assortment of, cooks and they're preparing for this feast. They've come prepared. They've got like wagons full of food that are coming along. Desmond's been paid very well to just like sit back and let them throw a feast in his establishment.
Okay, Droopy. Droopy looks for... They're probably bringing a bunch of ingredients in, right? Sacks of potatoes.
Yeah, the back of that little back courtyard is just filled with buckets and barrels and boxes and sacks and that sort of thing.
Okay. Droopy wants to find... probably trying to get Zen with her. Like, tries to find someone who's currently but what do I know what is it called to skin the potatoes, someone who skins the potatoes. And Krob just asks, distract him.
What are you doing?
Getting competition out of the way.
Distract the guy.
I think I know what you're about to do, Droopy.
Yes.
And I want you to, before you even do it, I want you to make me an intelligence check. Before you even try.
Okay, why?
I'll tell you if you pass.
Oh.
Alright, never mind.
My guess is that once the potatoes are mixed in with stuff, it's going to lose its enchantment.
Just go for it. Do what you're going to do.
I'm making a guess, Neal. Dear God. Anyway. All right.
Well, it says the spell also, even if they are just ingredients in the stew or something, it will work as long as they eat the potatoes. Of course, I will not do it like 4 hours before the feast begins.
Do what you're doing.
All right.
I'm not.
All right. So where's the guy peeling the potatoes?
There's not enough room in the kitchen, so he's in that little back courtyard outside of Shenanigans. If we look at the Shenanigans map, it's like out back here below. No, he's not the only one. There's a bunch of barrels and boxes and sacks and all that sort of thing. There are other people out there working. They brought out some extra tables. And of course, the place is swarming with royal guards. Because the royal guards are not going to let people contaminate the princess's food supply. This is the intelligence check you're making. Oh my god, what the hell just happened here? Why does everything... Oh, it's because I forgot to enable the music.
Check something. Maybe. What can I do while that...
Sorry about all the sound problems, guys.
Droopy, I advise against pulling any shit with the princess's food. And I'm going back to, well, drink, so.
Yeah. Seeing all of these, how many guards are there? Just for a picture.
Let's see. You've got 2 that are specifically watching the food supply. You've got 2 on the front door. You've got 1 on the back door. There's like a carriage out front as well. Actually, there's a couple of wagons. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the wagons. And then you've got like the princess in here, and she's got Bob next to her, who's a guard, plus the 2 royal guards as well with her. And then I think you've got maybe like an extra few perimeter guards that are just keeping track of things. You know, this is the royal princess, heir to the throne, so the place is kind of swarming with officers of the law. And then you have all of the patrons of Shenanigans who know if they can, like, you know, you can make some money and you can get in good with the royal family if you can, you know, stop an assassination attempt or something like that. So this is like the least plausible course of action possible.
Yeah, Droopy sees all these guards. Takes a step forward. Thinks again. Where was the ale supply? Oh, God. Wait, all the ale is coming from Desmond. Thinks again. Better not. The moment Desmond comes to mind, yeah, Droopy would rather deal with the royal guards than Desmond, but maybe another day. Droopy is stupid, but not suicidal stupid.
All right.
So Desmond's just hanging out in back?
No, Desmond has kicked up his feet next to the fireplace. He's brought a chair over and a table. He's got his like little thing, his little chair over here. Got a table, and Desmond's just chilling right there.
All right.
All right. So I guess I'm just sort of confused by all the hubbub and going on, and
you have most notably seen Glibglob like forcibly picked up, removed, and booted out the front door, and told not to come back in the presence of the princess. There was an argument over whether Droopy should even be allowed in here, like kobolds in the presence of the princess. But Desmond's like, no, it's a different kobold, higher status kobold. It's legit.
Droopy even looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Armored kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Kobold guard.
She's a cleric. You can't just kick out clerics, you know? And the guard's like, all right, well, I guess she's a
She's
cleric.
the symbol of Warasi.
I mean, Rossi is the death god. That's not actually a bad thing. Like, you know, you need the Grim Reaper. People need to die.
You can't just kick out the death god.
Some more than others.
Cleric. Anyway, Neal, could you describe the contestants to us?
Yes, I can definitely describe the contestants to you. We've already discussed Bob. You gather his full name is Kel Bob Dawson. There is also a fighter by the name of Pod. He's kind of young and a little bit on the scrawny side. not like too scrawny, but definitely a little awkward, gawky. He's maybe like 16, 17, but like he hit puberty late, and so he's still kind of stumbling over himself a little bit. There's Dorp. He is a little bit older, and he's got a long bow strung over his back, and he's wearing like leather armor or something. No, he's wearing chain armor. Just calm, composed, kind of just keeping an eye out for everything. We've got Schmeckel. No, I'm sorry, Schmurkel. Schmurkel is a wizard, most definitely. You've seen Schmurkel around before. You know him to be a transmuter. There's also Bobbers, who is a cleric of Illumis, the god of light. He's always talking about how the sun brings all the things that power the life, and you know you need the sun, otherwise He's always talking about the sun.
I need darkness tomorrow. Continue darkness.
He's kind of annoying. And then there's Rhubarb, who is another fighter. Rhubarb is... he's like one of those guys who's like so uniformly overpowered in all of his stats that he's kind of actually bland. Like, he's smart, and he's strong, and he's healthy, and he's charismatic, and he's very perceptive about everything, but he just kind of looks like he's trying, like he's firing. He looks like a tryhard, right? He looks like he's constantly putting on a show at all points of time, so you're kind of dismissive, but actually he's just that good at everything he does.
Okay.
Because
He's
his
the first to
stats
kill.
are really freaking broken.
Yep. So he's a player character.
No, he's an NPC. But he has
And there was a seventh
3
one?
15s, a 16, and a 17, so broken. That is, and the last one would be Bob Dawson. That's it.
6? I thought there. Oh yeah, we have.
Rob is 7.
Of course, yeah. We have Nega Desmond.
Yeah, so I'll sit down next to Desmond while all this is going on. I'm like, so, what's your story? Like everybody else,
Excuse me? You work in my establishment and you don't know who I am?
Well, I mean, everybody else, I've like, you know, I know, but you, I have like no idea. Apparently,
All right.
I'm from the real world, and this is like a copy dimension, except that I haven't seen like.
Oh, you're an interdimensional traveler. That explains so much. That explains why you think why Glibglob hired you. Okay, first things first, kiddo. Glibglob's a piece of shit. He's just some stupid kobold.
He'll hear you.
No. Glibglob, come over here. Come here. Oh fuck, he's lost access. They won't even let him inside. He's like the lowest of the low. He cleans up the floors by licking them.
Why doesn't he just use one of his spells for that?
He doesn't have any spells. He doesn't cast spells.
He's an archmage.
No, he's not. Let me just... Glibglob used to have a superior named Rhubarb. But he fell down a hole and
Rhubarb
died
the
one
Wise.
day. No. Not Rhubarb the Wise. Rhubarb the Foolish. He fell down a hole and died. He just fell down a hole. That's the story I heard, at least. He just walked right into a pit and just died. That was the end of it.
That doesn't sound like something that would happen to a Slayer of Dragons.
He's not a Slayer of Dragons. See, you're an interdimensional travel, apparently. You gotta get used to the way we do things here. Whatever you know, you gotta throw right out the window. What's your name, kid?
Denamsid. So the thing I don't get is like Zen is just like Nez, and I've seen other copies, but I don't get who you're supposed to be from my dimension.
I don't know. You must be the copy of some even more pitiful, snivelly person. Maybe you're the copy of like some sort of kobold or something that's been like turned into a human of some possibility.
Do I hear this?
Maybe not. I don't know. Why don't you make a perception check? Yeah. Yeah, you overhear this.
All right. I say, Desmond, he's got your name backwards.
A lot of people are named Desmond. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
But he did work in the bar.
I mean, there's no way he could be my copy. He's just... Look at this guy. He's pitiful.
I wonder if...
Granted, reverse world.
If I can...
Yeah, but in the reverse world, everyone seems to be cooler and better than they are in this world.
Right, but since you're cool here, you would be, like, kind of pitiful.
I think it goes the other way. I think in the other world, I would have to be, like, the ruler of some epic kingdom, or maybe even a god or something. I'm definitely... This guy's got to be the copy of...
He's married to someone called the reverse of Lizzie.
What's your wife's name, buddy?
Izzle.
Izzle. Well, Izzle backwards is Leslie, not Lizzie, so definitely not my wife.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, these guys are idiots. That's the one thing we can agree on.
I mean, how could I have the immediate connection to me? I'm sorry, the name is just too weird. I'm not sure if I can pronounce it right.
Don't even sweat it, kiddo. Do you want to go back to your world where you're the subordinate of some shitty kobolds, or do you want to hang out here for all time? You're not causing some sort of like interdimensional rift where our worlds are going to rip apart and we're all going to die, are you?
Oh God, I hope not. Do you think that could happen?
Definitely. But you would probably know if it was going to happen.
Oh God, dude. Do I have to, like, make my parents meet here or something, or I'll fade away? Is it one of those things?
God, you're so pitiful. You're so needy. All right. Why don't you go find Glibglob and... oh, no, you're competing in the... Damn it, I was gonna just have you be his throne for a little while. Give a little guy a break from everyone's humiliating him.
Sure, I've done that for our kind and generous kobold masters before.
Oh. All right, well, look, I don't know how you got involved in this princess marrying competition. Good luck, you're gonna need it.
I was ordered to.
Who ordered you to?
I didn't want to
That'd be me.
The lady.
You ordered him to... All right.
Well, more like me and, Droopy, but...
Oh, God. Well, his blood is on your hands.
Hey, it's going to be a laugh.
Yeah, it will. Droopy, make sure you get that shovel ready. They're going to be needing it.
Droopy dust.
Okay. I think the afternoon wears on until we reach evening. And the dinner party is thrown.
Is it in Shenanigans? Or?
It is in Shenanigans. So, actually, just before the dinner party gets thrown, I need to ask, Denam said, what are you wearing to the party?
All I have are the clothes that I came here in, which is...
Is that what you're going to wear to the party?
That's all I've got. Whatever Desmond was wearing, that's what I'm wearing.
I mean, don't you have some money? You could go buy some more fashionable clothing. Don't let me tell you how to play your character, but I'm just saying, it's a fancy party.
Hold on.
If this is a fancy party, guys, do you think I should get some nicer clothes?
I don't know, man.
Probably.
That's my charisma check. I don't know.
Okay, Droopy.
God, there's so much pressure. I guess I'll get some clothes. Why are they having this feast in Shenanigans? Why are they having the princess here? Don't they realize how dangerous that is? Like, anything could happen to this place. You could get killed any number of ways. That place is always being destroyed.
In your world, in this world, Desmond murders anyone who tries to mess with the place.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what is he gonna murder? The flood? When the place flooded and was destroyed, or when it was like melted by the giant slug acid, or when the giant rabbits came and tore the place apart?
Listen, it survived.
I mean, anything could happen.
I mean,
Zombie Jesus
sure,
came
anything
and tore
could
the
happen
place up one
anywhere.
time. I mean, anything. This is like, if I could get a job anywhere safer, I would. But this is the only place to hire me. And I do get vacations when they're rebuilding,
Just get on with it.
which is a lot.
Get more vacations than I do.
I guess I'll go
just-
shopping for some clothes.
Get on with it. I want to see the feast. Droopy.
Yes, you're ready. Ship.
Yep.
And then you probably see Droopy has that smile.
Yep. Yeah. Oh,
All right,
God.
you guys to go take Denom said shopping.
Yeah.
Do you have a thing? Do you want to Google some sort of clothing option, Denom said, or maybe Zen and Droopy will help you? How are you presenting yourself at this fancy party?
Well, if we're Googling, then I know exactly. Let's see. Images.
Fancy medieval clothing. What is the latest fashion?
Needs to be purple.
No way, that's royalty. Only kobolds are allowed to wear purple.
Oh shit. Do not Google fancy medieval clothing.
All right.
I was trying to.
Google it in the first image. Oh god.
I was trying to find like the main character from the old King's Quest games or something. But I'm not seeing it. I guess I'm seeing later King's Quest games.
Oh, you mean what was his name? King's Quest. King's Quest. Oh, what was the character's name? Sir Graham. Sir Graham. You mean? Did you just Google it?
Finally look.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I seem to remember there was like
it finally popped up.
he had kind of a fancy outfit.
Yeah. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
I'm seeing it in my head, but I'm not finding.
Sir Graham King's Quest. Did you Google it? It immediately pops up.
You got the blue hat and the red feather?
Yeah.
Is that... Wouldn't call that fancy, but if that's what you want, that's legit.
You can also get a fancy cloak to it.
I thought he had like more. I guess maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I thought he had like a sort of bluish outfit with the kind of breeches that went down to his knee and the stockings below the knee, and
Probably thinking of a different character.
yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's from the newest one.
Something like what? Where do you have it up?
Zoom.
Oh, that was like
Shenanigans, everybody. Looking for clothes. So this is basically the equivalent of us standing in the shop, just going rummaging through the clothes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Me
this
putting on
would
different outfits
how
so you
about
guys
this one?
shake your heads in unison.
Hey, how about you put this on? Let's see how it looks. Maybe that hat or that one.
All right, I guess I'll just go with that. I mean, that's probably better than I'm guessing whatever Desmond wears every day.
Yeah, Desmond wears like his armor and gear and stuff. And he doesn't look very particularly nice. He looks like combat ready every day. 'Cause you never know when people need a beheading.
I don't know. This outfit makes me look kind of capable, guys. I mean, somebody might challenge me or something.
God, I wish I had the spell I want to use twice now. Seriously. I wonder if I should... No, it would be wasted on him right now.
Okay, so you have the appropriate outfit. You show up to the wonderful party. All the tables and shenanigans have been arranged kind of like down the center of the room, like this, to kind of form one long table. The princess sits at this end, while all of the potential suitors and their companions sit along the edges of it.
Ruby is not in the room. Just so you know.
Let's see. Sir Bob, Kel Bob, sits on her right side. I would like to know where the party is. Droopy's not in the room. Where's
Droopy's
Zen
outside.
and Denom said?
I'll sit like right there.
Okay, so we've got Zen.
I should probably be like down on the furthest end, wherever there's like the most shadow.
You're not going to sit next to Zen? You guys aren't sitting together?
I guess I'll sit next to Zen. This just seems kind of out where people can see us.
Oh, gee, Rick.
Shouldn't we sit on the end?
No.
Zen doesn't answer.
just no.
So...
I mean, if someone's going to try to assassinate the princess, don't we want to be as far away from her as possible?
You're
what
trying
if we fireball
to marry
her?
her? Oh my god.
So, Droopy, what do you do?
Anyone launches a fireball inside this place is dying.
People fuck fireballs in here all the time!
Droopy, where have you gone off to?
I'm just outside, guarding.
Okay.
And
Zen and Denom said, what are you guys up to?
I'm trying to convince Zen to sit somewhere safer. This is like Fireball Central!
Oh my god.
Neal, just as the reference for Droopy,
the aprons are made out of asbestos when we work here!
If Droopy looks through a window or through the door, where is Rhubarb sitting?
Rhubarb is seated right here.
Okay. The windows are where?
There's like a window here. There's a window kind of on the staircase. I think there's like a window right here. Probably one over here as well.
The X's are guards?
The X's are guards. So if you're looking through a window, you're well inside of the guards. Plus, remember, there's the wagons, and then there's other people like in the street forming a perimeter. So there's, interference via magical means will have to be extraordinarily careful.
Were inside any guards?
Yep,
maybe on the staircase.
These R's as well are guards, and there's one on the door. The ones with R's are like the royal guards, the fancy ones, the like 8th level fighters.
Okay, probably Droopy sees that. Probably goes over to Zen and maybe stands behind him.
Do you think anything
Not
dangerous
on the
might
table.
happen? Should I have memorized Expeditious Retreat?
You know spells?
Well, yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to teach you so much. Well, hopefully you get married and are out of my hair, but oh god.
I'm just giving Ruby a... Oh no, that's not a D. Oh yeah, I could just...
I think Zen's maybe starting to go bald from this. Yeah.
It's a nice droopy.
Okay, so Zen and Denom said, is there anything in particular you're doing during this feast? You know, this is supposed to be like the celebratory, we're kicking off a big day of tournament the next day to win the hand of the princess. You guys are just like keeping a low profile and hanging out?
I mean, I'm enjoying myself. Just, you know, like eating, drinking, having a good time.
I'm not even gonna have to pay for this. Oh God! Do you think the tournament we're gonna have to do anything dangerous?
Hopefully.
I wish I knew armor.
I know armor.
So a little while into this, the princess seems to be making the rounds and introducing herself to all of the suitors. And you see that she is eventually going to make it to you guys.
Yeah, as she comes closer, Droopy is going to go upstairs.
Okay.
There are no guards there.
Like,
the upstairs has been cleared out. You do notice that in some of the windows overlooking the street, there are a couple of archers. But the upstairs have been cleared out, and as you like start to poke your head in there, one of the guards from downstairs shouts at you and be like, "What the hell are you doing up there? Rooms have been suspended until further notice."
I just nod. I nod and sit on the stairs.
Okay. Fine.
alright, I give like a half bow as she's approaching.
She gives a kind of a polite head nod. Right. And you must be Denom said.
I am. My princess ship?
Lady is fine, thank you.
Thank you, lady. Yeah, lady. Now, he does have the allure thing. So despite being kind of awkward, he's maybe sort of awkward in a...
Like a nerdy, cute awkward?
Yeah.
Okay. You seem a little nervous. Is this your first time meeting royalty?
It is actually. I've apparently just gotten here from somewhere else, and so I'm a little new to everything here. I feel like everything here is so strange, and I don't have anyone to show me around.
Am I strange to you?
Well, no. I mean, you're the the nicest thing I've come across so far here. We don't have royalty like you and where I come from.
Well, I would love to learn more about these strange lands you come from, but I must make the rounds and introduce myself to everybody. It has been a pleasure to meet you, Denom said. What a strange name, by the way.
Yes, and Princess, I must confess, being a stranger, I don't know your name.
You don't even know my name, and yet you would like to marry me.
Yes, I guess you just came in and it was just like something told me that this is what I had to do.
Well, aren't you sweet? Why don't we keep the mystery alive then? And she moves on.
Okay, Neal?
Yes.
Does anybody look at me? Oh, how dark is it up the stairs?
I mean, you got yelled at to leave the stairs. Did you stay up there?
Okay. I mean,
when they said get down from there, the rooms are closed. Did you Did you continue to stay upstairs?
Not upstairs, but on the staircase, basically.
Oh. It's
like
pretty visible on the staircase.
stairs.
You know, there's like... The room is lit for a party, so there's... Everything's a little bit dim, but not too dim. Like, it's that, you know, decent lighting.
No continual light stones.
No. That would be very harsh for a party.
No,
You know, it's like continual light stones with like
mood lighting.
lampshades over them, maybe.
Right, but no continual light mood lighting stones.
No, we don't have the mood lighting stones here.
Oh, Droopy just got a better idea. She's going to move to the table, towards Zen.
Well, unless there's
And-
anything you guys would like to do.
Yes. She goes there, moves between the chairs of Zen and. I just try to. I can't the name. Desmond. What was it again? You have to say it to me again. The name of the gnome set. Moves between them a bit under the table and is she guarded from view, basically?
I don't understand the question. I have no idea what you're trying to do.
Is she guarded?
Which she? You or the princess?
Yeah, me, Droopy.
You want to be
guarded from view, basically. From
the only way to
obvious
not
view.
be seen would be to be like under the table. Are you trying to crawl under the table in the middle of a party? That's the only place you can be, other than like the kitchen. But you can't get to the kitchen or behind the bar. Like, the things that you are trying to do are really awkward in a social setting, especially when there's royalty involved, and they're like really fucking suspicious. So every time you try and move into a shady place, you get people giving you dirty looks and guards starting to move closer towards you until you like move back into the light. I think your actions are...
Okay, I'm just going to do one thing.
Okay.
Once she made her rounds, I will stand behind the gnome set and cast a motion control on him. Quietly. I'm not doing it to any... So even if people see me, I'm just holding my hand on him and whispering a bit of stuff.
Alright, the motion control requires somatic, material, and verbal components. The moment your lips start moving, we roll for initiative as guards draw swords and run to kill you.
What? I'm a kobold. Why would they...
You're casting a unwarranted spell in the middle of the princess's dinner party? This is like classic assassination techniques. We'll see how it plays out, but...
Okay,
I think I've made it very clear that
I'm going to cast withdraw. I'm going to cast withdraw.
You're casting emotion, whatever it is.
Yeah, but as I see that, I see them running towards me. I can...
You change the spell partway through. That's fine. Give me an initiative roll.
Okay.
There is a shout from the media guards. Assassin! Kobold assassin!
What the fuck? What kind of guards are they? They know I'm a cleric, right?
A cleric of Verasi?
Oh, okay, fair point.
Let's get that initiative roll.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Ooh, not so great. The first guard, who gets a total of 11, runs down towards you.
Oh, also initiative. Okay.
And makes his attack roll. What are there? These are the royal guards. The level 8, 7 plus 3 for mastery is 10. D20 plus 10. Total of 30.
Okay. Come on. This is a bit unfair because I'm obviously a companion, and Desmond even said I was fine.
I have made it very clear that they are on the alert for assassin attacks, and that your actions were suspicious.
I was
and
his
you started
companion.
casting a spell. I mean, this is. I don't know what.
I could have been whispering to him. I was his companion, and I was doing something to him.
Somatic material and verbal components to a spell are obvious. That's as obvious as a spell gets. What's your AC? You've got pretty decent AC, don't you?
16.
Okay, so they only clear by 14. which is actually only 3 times damage dice. So it's 3d8 plus 3. You could live through this. 18 points of damage.
I live through it.
Yes, you do. The next guard goes at... They tie with you at 15.
Now wait, can the next guard even reach me?
When people tie, their actions occur simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean, can they even reach me? Because I jump under his Zen's chair.
Is what I mean, so...
Yeah, I mean, can they even reach me? Because there's Zen's chair, another guard, and I'm a small, almost 2 feet.
When you tie, everything, even like contradictory actions happens. Like, if you attacked each other, you could mutually kill each other with an attack. If you cast invisibility, when they attack you, like the attack happens and the invisibility goes.
No, the question is only if the other guard can even reach me.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Right, he was hiding under my
given
chair,
the number of
apparently.
people, given the positioning, can more than one person...
So
Yeah.
the distance is 12 feet from the staircase to the table. If you're here, it's basically room for 2 people. So
Yeah, but the other guard
around...
we use indoors.
This is true. They are indoors.
And it's very crowded.
It is crowded. Let's
And
see.
it's just a little PC.
Yeah, that's true, but Zen is also not taking up his full space, right? He's tucked under the table partway, so there is room for a second person to show up there.
The question is, can they reach it with and even attack?
Yeah, of course they can. Yeah, because this is 12 feet, and Zen's only taking up half a square, because the other half of him is under the table.
Do my party members even do anything in that time? Like
They didn't roll for initiative.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
any
didn't
of this
get
was going
killed.
on. You were behind me.
Second guard makes an attack. It's only a 13. He
No,
misses.
Wow.
You cast
No,
withdraw.
no. Oh yeah.
And you are withdrawn.
I just run out. They can't stop me. Withdraw stops time for me, I think.
Yes, but I think you have a very limited... Can you move very far?
I can move. I think I can move or heal myself. That's the only things I can do.
Note that whilst effective with withdraw spell, the caster can only use the following spells. Casting of these spells, blah 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 blah. Somebody withdraw cannot walk or run, become invisible, or engage in actions other than thinking, reading, or the like.
Okay. I have a bit of time to think about this now.
Yes, you have
A few minutes.
5th level priest can withdraw for 7 rounds.
Yes.
Hold on.
Okay, so I'm gonna start a timer. I'll just wait until it gets to a full minute, so we'll get an extra 15 seconds. Okay, go for it. You have until my clock strikes.
Can I say, like...
You cannot speak to him now. This is like just Droopy's time.
Time goes.
All right, you have until
For me.
my clock says 55 after. Go for it.
So I can heal myself without problem. I cast Erickson to heal myself for 1 hit point.
Okay. You have 1 less round to go.
I disengage under the table.
That breaks the withdraw spell immediately.
Yeah, but I can move. I can immediately act and
Yes.
right. I can disengage under the table using my movement.
Other action. How can there be a successful attack upon the caster at all? Because you've stopped time for everyone.
Withdraw?
Mm-hmm.
Does that stop time? I thought it just made people ignore the person.
No, well, 1 round of time passes for those not affected by the spell. The priest is able to spend 2 rounds plus 1 round per level in contemplation. Oh, so I think it's maybe like...
Okay.
So withdraw happens, and then the next round you get 7 rounds of actions while they get their 1 round.
Okay, then I understood the spell wrong.
Yeah, I still understand.
Could I have done just bolted under the table?
Sure, you could have bolted under the table instead, but we're gonna keep your same initiative order and everything. Or, yeah.
And I'm shouting to them, no. Please,
Okay.
no.
All right.
You're shouting no, and they will grab you and drag you out instead of
I'm
murdering you.
under Zen.
Yeah, but the guards are gonna like push people aside and reach under the table, and everyone here wants to get in the good graces of the princess. So Zen is like your only ally in the entire bar right now.
Wanted to help. Pointing at him. Wanted to make him feel good.
Guards reach for you.
I say, bad kobold. Bad kobold. Why were you trying to cast a spell on Denomsid?
Trying to make him feel good. Confidence.
Guards, hold on, please.
I think royal guards don't really care too much about the words of some random weird wizard.
But we are contestants, right? So in the tournament.
Neither of you are contestants. You are associated with a contestant. It's not quite the same.
The contestant can understand me. Help me!
Come on, guys! This is a kobold. We don't want to tick off the kobolds.
The guards eventually like drag you out of the table and lift you up off your feet.
I will try to resist. If they try to drag me away,
yes.
I will try to scamper between the legs.
I will have them make attack rolls to grab you. No, but I think a 16 plus.
Do they have penalties? Because they are trying to reach me under the table.
7, even if they had a -4 penalty, would still be a hit. They grab you. And if you want to do a strength check opposed to prevent them from dragging you out of the table, you can do that as well. They've got less than 16 strength we've established, but they probably have 13 to 15 strength here.
I'm probably just holding on to Zen.
14 strength. So they roll a 27 to drag you out of the table.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to hold on to Zen. No!
I would just roll with the being dragged out. That's better than being killed.
Yes, they drag you out, hold you up.
Bad
everyone, there are weapons drawn across the table. Some people are like, have spells ready to be cast, but they're kind of like, well, maybe we shouldn't cast spells. And there's a quick interrogation where the first guard goes, "What were you doing?"
I can understand them. So can Denomsid.
This creature doesn't speak common?
He speaks kobold.
I would point out, Neal, as much as it might affect anything, that the whole point of the one ability kobolds have is that everybody thinks they're so ridiculously useless that they don't consider them real threats.
Yes, but this is like royal guards.
That's why they not immediately kill me right now?
I'm just saying they might not. I mean, well, obviously they're going to act because they're royal guards. They might not feel this is as legitimate a threat, or
we'll just see where it goes. We'll see how these questions go.
Okay. Droopy gives him very, very cute eyes, and basically what I already tell with a sideway to Zen because he has to translate. I was trying to give him confidence as a cleric. My job, priest. Spell to give confidence.
He was trying to give Denomsid confidence, apparently, with a spell. What spell was it, Droopy?
Giving a emotion, good emotions.
Good emotions. What?
The guards look back and forth. He was trying to give good emotions to one of the contestants so he would have confidence? By going under the table? Were you trying to... Just get rid of the creature. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. They drag you to the bar, to the outside of the bar, and together, one holding your left leg and left arm, the other holding your right arm and right leg. 1, 2, and just chuck you into the street.
And Droopy just awkwardly, where they really think? Oh.
I turned to Zen. Oh my god, they just threw the lady out. Oh my god, this place is gonna get meteor swarmed for sure.
Well, that's what I get. Neal was lenient.
The rest of the party passes quite nicely. The what do we call it? The event there is the talk of the night, but it also docks a point at the end of the party, I should say. The princess reveals that the first of the challenges was tonight's party. Your behavior at this party is how you will be getting points for your etiquette and manners. I have judged you all accordingly.
Neal, just for the record, I do have the etiquette skill, so I would have been...
You scored very highly, actually. You did score the highest out of all of the contestants. However, you have poor choice in company, so you get a point docked from your etiquette score for that, which still actually puts you above everyone else. From here on out, though, I'm not going to be telling you what your scores are. The party wraps up. The guards start to shuffle out. The princess will be staying at the manor house of the Lord and Lady of
Neal.
Berkshire. The tournament begins tomorrow with the horseback riding section of the competition. Rest up, you will need it. And then the guards shuffle out and the bar returns to normal.
Neal, at
I
one point...
have that proficiency.
I'm sure you have every proficiency.
Neal, at one point during the night, I'm going to, speak with the princess and say, "Don't worry, I'll reprimand the stupid kobold."
She just acknowledges you with her eyes, but doesn't nod or shake her head, but clearly receives your message and declines to give any sort of comment or affirmation in any direction.
All right.
And we will go to our break. When we come back from break, somehow Droopy lived through that. I can't believe 2 8th level guards didn't one-shot the Droopy, especially with that natural 20.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I mean, that damage was kind of low. 3, 5, 7. I guess it wasn't that low.
No, it really wasn't.
I have 22 HP, so...
Oh, you had tons of HP. You're fine. You're fine.
4 HP left, Neal. That's
totally
not
fine.
Oh, yeah, 4. Yeah, 4.
Totally fine.
I didn't cast the Erickson. Well, 5. I did cast it.
We'll come back from break, and we'll do some horseback riding competition, followed by, I might as well tell you now, so as not to leave you in suspense, followed by the grand melee with all the contestants, an archery competition, and 2 more that we'll keep secret until later. So
don't worry,
I can't even use
tons of support. I have tons of support spells.
We'll
that
see you
actually
guys
have range
on the other side of our break. Bye.